go.
Okay.
Hi, I'm April Meredith, the co-editor of the Tennessee Voice, state newsletter of the National Federation of the Blind of Tennessee. Today, I'm at Middle Tennessee State University at the VSA Young Soloist Competition concert. And today, the special guest performer will be Scott MacIntyre, and I am so honored and privileged to have right now Scott MacIntyre himself with us. Thank you, Scott, for being here.
Thanks for being here. Actually, that's a mouthful, isn't it? It's like,
yeah,
it's the longest
a little bit of alphabet soup, yeah.
Longest name for a competition ever. So.
Yes. So you are actually a previous winner of this competition.
I am. I was honored to be. I won the VSA International Young Soloist Competition. So
That's
I'm
fantastic.
very thankful for that. Yeah.
Wonderful. And you are also, like many people maybe know you from American Idol Season 8 finalist.
Right.
And most recently, from your Lighthouse project, you have a single called Remarkable, which debuted at #1 on the Christian music charts. So I want to congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Could you tell us a little bit of some of your career highlights?
Definitely, yes. You know, since American Idol, it's been such a blessing to be able to tour with people I grew up listening to. I've been able to perform with Alice Cooper, with Michael W. Smith, the Jonas Brothers, just different people that I never really imagined sharing the stage with, and a lot more through American Idol itself and all that. But it's really been incredible because the show just opened up so many doors for me to share my music with people around the world and to encourage people and inspire people with what I've been through in my life.
That's amazing. Thank you. So, in addition to being a very accomplished singer, songwriter, composer, musician, you also wear many other hats. You have a very multifaceted career, including being an author and producer. You're also hosting a radio show now. Could you tell us a little bit of these other hats you wear?
Yeah. So, you know, the way I look at it, I love music. And whether I'm, you know, as you said, doing an album or doing a book, I got to write my first book a couple years ago called By Faith, Not By Sight. And it was published, and it was actually translated into Indonesian as well. So far, that was the first language it was translated into. And it's all about touching people's lives for me, whether it's music or the book or speaking. I do a lot of speaking. You mentioned I do have a podcast. It's called Two Blind Men is the radio podcast. And we interview inspirational people, and we have a lot of fun doing it. It's kind of a humorous show on iTunes. But it's all about what I can do to bring what I've been through in my life, my story, the hurdles I've overcome, the obstacles I've dealt with, and the success I've had in spite of that adversity, what I can do to give that to other people and show them that, hey, you know, you have the same opportunity, no matter what you've been through, no matter what obstacles you're facing, you can reach your dreams if you walk by faith.
Absolutely. So you have been legally blind since birth. Would you mind sharing a little bit with us the circumstances of your vision impairment?
Yeah, it's undiagnosed as to the cause to this day. But I also, people may not know, I also dealt with kidney failure in my late teens, and I just had my second successful kidney transplant
such a miracle.
Last year. And yeah, so that's an incredible story too. But my blindness and the kidney failure, I think, are linked. But I don't know why. All I know is I was blind from birth, and I see about 2 degrees of tunnel vision, by the way, so I'm almost have no sight.
Okay.
But it's like a pinhole of vision. And the blessing is, though, that it's been the same my entire life. So I knew what I was dealing with, you know? I kind of grew up and learned to work around it. And but the kidney failure, that was something that came out of the blue and kind of surprised me a little bit.
Sure. So you are no stranger to challenges, by all means.
Yeah.
One of the things we always say in the National Federation of the Blind is blindness never limits, low expectations do. Live the life you want. You clearly are doing that, and you can be a great role model for many of our members and subscribers to the Tennessee Voice. What advice could you give to people on, other blind individuals or people with disabilities on how to tackle challenges and overcome them and be successful in their endeavors?
Well, you know, I speak about this a lot, and I spoke about this earlier today on campus, but the first thing where it all starts, I won't go into everything, but the first thing where it all starts is you know, success is really a choice. People look at my life and they see two things. They see the American Idol, the performing, the albums, the book, all the good stuff, right? They also see a guy walking down the street with his cane, and they see that guy probably has had some adversity in his life. And so the question becomes, how do those two things coexist, the adversity and the success of reaching my dreams? And it all started for me when I chose to focus on the things that I can do, not the things I can't do. And you know, I was born blind. I knew I could never drive a car. I've never driven a car, at least as far as anyone knows. You know?
Wink, wink.
I couldn't play baseball. I couldn't do a lot of things. But I did have music, and I had a love for music, and I poured so much into that, and it really 110% compensated for my lack of vision.
Right. So tell us a little bit about your current album.
My current album is called Lighthouse, and I'm really excited about it. I'm still out promoting it and doing some touring with it. And the current single from the album is Remarkable, like you said. And people can find it on iTunes and listen, but it's really one of those things where I wrote the album to touch the lives of other people, but it really ended up ministering to me probably more, if not just as much, you know. And 3 days before Lighthouse came out was the day I was put back on the waiting list for my second kidney transplant. And so the whole time I was waiting, going through the uncertainty, not knowing if I would get that second transplant, I felt like, you know, the title track Lighthouse, it was really speaking to me. The song's about, you know, when we face uncertainty and when the waves of distraction and temptation are crashing around us, God is our constant source of peace, and He doesn't change like the world does. And so I really hung on to that song, and that really guided me through some rough times.
Well, that's a super wonderful message. You are constantly sharing your talent with us and the entire world, and we're so grateful for that. And I just want to say thank you again and say that you truly are remarkable yourself. And I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Bye-bye.